Just you did a push-up, you take a candy. You do a push-up, you take a candy. You do a push-up, you take a candy. And by this, you are working for something. You're not just. Hi everyone, and on today's podcast we have an incredible topic. Today's topic is the happy life. I hope guys you will like this one because I decided to talk about it because we have to understand what the happy life is and tips how to understand whether that was a happy life, tips to get out of that sadness, tips to get out of that entire endless disappointing circle. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So in today's world, we forgot what the happiness is. We have this entire chain of being very busy. You gotta wake up, go to the school if you're a schoolboy, go to the university, go to the job, then come back and go to sleep. It's like an endless circle of 24 hours which you have to use like for everything you have, especially for the happiness, for those moments of joy where you can just go somewhere, have some fun and all of this. Right now, currently, for all of those people who are trying to apply to the university, who are trying to enter the university, they are actually working very hard. They're spending the entire day for learning something, for preparing themselves, not only mentally but also spiritually, because when you enter that room of the exam, you're really worried, and worry also leads to all of those failures of the exam, leads to all of those wrong marks, how can I say, all of those wrong decisions, because when you're in the worry, you cannot control yourself. You are just, your body is trembling, and your hands, your feet, everything is trembling. You don't know what to do because you are in a worry, you are in a hurry, and this is terrible. Because of this chain, we don't have time for the joy. We don't have time for all of those happy moments, like going with the friends for somewhere, going for, how can I say, just for a walk, because we are studying, we are working, if you are not studying. And happy life is, we forgot this due to all of those our so-called problems and our so-called time limits, and we don't have time. You gotta create the ability to get pleasure out of the minor things, to get that happiness, because during this chain, as I just explained it, we don't have the time. But if to look a bit deeper, if to look from the different side, you can see the great moments. You can see them. And the first thing you have to learn is being happy from someone's achievement, right? Because I've seen a lot of people who are just if I want something, maybe if I succeed in something, they're just looking at me like staring. They are really sad that they couldn't do it, but I did do it. It's just a common example of the situation where you have to learn to get pleasure out of someone's achievement, especially when it's your relative, especially when it's your friend, close friend, whatever it is, girlfriend, boyfriend, your wife, your husband. You have to be happy from them. They achieved something, you know them, they're your acquaintance, your relatives. You have to be able to get pleasure out of it. It's really important. Really, don't get mad when someone succeeds. Don't get angry when that person won you and you failed. Be happy for that person. He did it. Be happy for that person. That he was with you. Be grateful for that moment that you have those friends who achieved something. because sometimes, you know, winning something is not for everybody. God has its own plan for everybody. If you haven't succeeded yet, know that God prepared something great, something brilliant for you. Not now, not tomorrow, not the following year, but one day you will get this happiness. One day you will succeed. One day you will reach this. Right? The happiness from the minor thing. You know, you found 1,000 soom on the ground. Be happy, you know, you found it. You have at least money in your pocket, right? The minor things are not supposed to be like finding something or being happy from someone's achievement. You have to see them from small winnings. You just imagine you're playing a game and you won the game. You have to be happy. It shouldn't be just the average day. It shouldn't be just the average game. You have to realize that happiness. You have to get that pleasure. You know, our body, our brain especially, is really unusual thing. We haven't explored it, you know, entirely. We haven't used it for the 100%. And the one thing I know about our brain is that the chemical which is called dopamine. This dopamine is mostly playing a role in the rewarding system. When you're doing something and you get rewarded for it, when at this moment the dopamine works. Just imagine you want to be, how can I say, in a shape, but you are really lazy. You don't want to do this, right? You just, you know, you want to be, you are craving to be in a shape, to see these muscles everywhere, you know, be strong, be healthy, you know, have a healthy life. But once you start it, you do it maybe 1 or 2 days, right? And just you're like, I don't want to do this, right? And in this moment, dopamine rewarding system can help you. It also plays a role in the happiness, but just let me explain this concept of the rewarding. When you're doing something, just buy yourself, how can I say, I don't know, a box of candies, just small round candies, them somewhere, and every and each day you do these push-ups, you're gonna take one candy out of that box and eat it. You cannot take it unless you do those push-ups. Just try it. Just try it for 1 month, try it for 1 week, and you will see how your body, how your brain reacts to each and every reward. Just you did a push-up, you take a candy. You do a push-up, you take a candy. You do a push-up, you take a candy. And by this, you are working for something. You know, you're not just doing this because, you know, you want to be in shape, but also you get the reward for this. You get that candy, you get that pleasure, because when you eat it, you get pleasure out of it. It's tasty, it's sweet, you want it, right? That's the strategy. I used it for my own purposes. When I was like, you know, every time when I had to prepare myself for the IELTS, I had to do one full entire reading section, entire listening section, one writing, and the whole speaking. And after all of those 4 steps, I took the candy from that box. It really worked. You know, you have to realize that it works. You have to just try it once, because you know what, you can't knock it until you try it, right? You cannot knock it until you try it. That's the key. Just try it for one more time and you will see the difference. You will write me in the comment that, oh, Dilshad, it really worked, thank you, and I will say you're welcome, because it really worked. It really works. So, by the way, about the dopamine, it has, how can I say, two ways, and there are two options which you can choose from. The one side is the pleasure, the second side is the pain, and you have to choose which you get pleasure out of most. It can sound strange, but sometimes there are people who get pleasure out of the pain. And the common example is the gym. When they are working really hard and every part of their body is aching, is giving a pain to them, they get the pleasure because they feel that part of the body is getting stronger. They feel that they are getting stronger, and that's how it works. But the most important thing that you cannot do the one side only. If you keep doing it, you won't see any result, you just get bored from it. You have to keep the balance of the pleasure and keep balance of the pain. It's really important to understand this. The most common question, can the money bring happiness? Can money bring happiness? No, it's most common, the most asked type of the question from the people who are household name, who are really famous, who are really rich, and my answer for this, my personal answer for this, I think that it does. Money brings happiness, and let me clarify this. Let me add some clarity. The one example of the money giving you happiness is, just imagine that you don't have money. You don't have it at home, and the first thing, you have to eat. The second thing, you have to live somewhere. The third thing, you have to, go to those aqua parks. You have to go to those common parks, go to eat something, or go to the billiard, bowling, swimming, whatever it is. We are human beings and we are craving something. We want something new, we want something, we want pleasure. And unfortunately, today's world requires money to get the pleasure. You want to go swimming, you have to pay the fee, the entering fee. If you want some candies, you gotta pay for them. If you wanna go to the aqua park, you have to pay for the entering fee as well, right? That's it. Money brings you happiness, because without it, you cannot get the pleasure. Imagine, there is a strategy for being more productive. If I'm not mistaken, I've mentioned it in the following podcast. I'm just gonna repeat it. There is a strategy for being more productive. The only thing you have to do is to buy yourself one new thing, one new pencil, new colorful pen, new notebook, new diary, whatever it is. When you are buying something, just imagine you bought a pencil for yourself. Red, white, blue, green, doesn't matter. You bought a pen for yourself and you want to use it. You want to highlight something. You bought yourself a marker, for example. You just want to highlight. You just want to, make all of your notes very beautiful, visible for you once you open that page, right? You want to use it. And once you get bored, you're tired from doing the same thing, like from doing your homework, buy yourself a new pencil, new colorful pencil. And you will definitely want to do it again because you want to use it, right? We are human beings, are really, very sensible. It's easy for us to get involved to something once you buy something, right? Because I bought myself a new light. It's just over here, and it's getting much better. The video for you I am making, it looks better, the quality of it, and I just want to do it and keep doing because I have something new over here. And that's it. Buy yourself a new thing and you will be more productive as you were. That's the key. And without money, you will not be able to buy this thing, right? Without money, you will not be able to make yourself happier. You want to be, you really want that cake, but you don't have money. Then what will you do? You want that car. It's really expensive, but to buy it, you need the money. You cannot just ask people to give you that car. If that was so easy, all of those rich people just wouldn't work for it. Just ask people to give it, and they get it. It doesn't work this way. You work for money, you use your money, you get the pleasure out of money. Because if you don't have money, you are poor. You don't have anything to eat, you don't get pleasure, all of these things like the light, the phone, you cannot buy it, you cannot afford it, and you are feeling yourself sad, feeling yourself unhappy. So appreciate money, use it properly, don't waste money. It's very important, and the answer to this question is yes. Money does bring the happiness. That's it. Alright guys, I hope you love this podcast, because being a happy person is not that easy as it can seem. But it is easy once you understand how to look at the things, once you understand how to get pleasure out of minor things, and once you understand the happiness itself is you. You have to just look from the different side to the things and see that happiness. Thank you for watching. BANZAY was here. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your comment.